Ayo.
Hey, what up? It's ya boys, the 9 to 5 boys to be exact.
Indeed, indeed it is. Yes, you boys, Gil and Eric, back at it
We're
again.
back, clocking in, getting ready for a shift.
Yeah,
What's been going on this week, man? What's been going on in the world? Tell me what's well there was the UK Prime Minister, she stepped down, man.
yeah.
And I'm American, so I'm not gonna pretend like I know much about the situation because I haven't read much into the situation. I think you know more than me. But she served for like what, 44, 45 days, some shit like that, right?
Yeah, and then officially she actually worked for like 7 days out of those entire 45 days.
Like so 7 of the 44 days that she was in 45.
Yeah, yeah.
45 7 of the 45 days she was there, she actually did shit.
Exactly. It's like if you get like a new job and then you call in sick a whole bunch of times, but then actually do like only like 7 shifts out of like your entire 45 days officially tied to that business or company. She pretty much pulled that.
That's insane. Like, cause like even just like so it's 45 calendar days, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do the math here. So then like that's that's what uh that's like five. No, that's like more than 5 weeks, right? That's like
I would say I think that's like 6 weeks almost roughly, right? Wait, hold up. Let me
because
do the
30
math
days
on
is one.
this.
No, it's 6 weeks. That's right. It's 6 weeks
Oh
about.
my god.
And so like oh my God, so she was there for 6 weeks, and then she only worked one fullish week. So that means 5 weeks she kind of just slagged off and did whatever. I've been seeing memes. I understand the situation through memes, and I admit that it's a shitty way to understand it. I really should read more into it. Sure, the comments are gonna be like, "Oh, bloody yeah, why aren't you following the shit?"
Yeah.
And like, but I'll fucking finger you fucking none. And
Yeah.
so
The skinny
um.
bra. Bra.
Whoa, what show we send? That must have been the British reaction to when she stepped down. What show we send?
Oh.
Um, but or bloody hell would have been the reaction too.
No, the
But
worst part about
no,
it too is that if you apparently work a certain amount of time as prime minister, you're guaranteed like great health care for life or something. So
oh, it's like government funded healthcare, my dude. It's great healthcare. That's how it should be.
exactly. So she probably just like slagged off, worked for officially 7 days, and then just fucked off right as like the government paid healthcare kicked in, and you get that shit for life, even if you're out of the parliament.
Nice. That's some like fucking that's some true like for the people shit. You know what I mean? Like that's awesome, dude. That's
Yeah,
some true
just
socialist shit. Like fuck over the proletariat and take their healthcare, dude. Like you know what I mean? Like take their free healthcare.
black guy tapping
Um
noggin meme. Like,
yes, exactly. I respect the fuck out of that. She did great. But I understand this whole situation through memes. And so like I've seen jokes that like she fucked over the Tories or whatever
yeah,
and a bunch of other stuff. She like destabilized the parties or whatever. It's like, but that's dope. That's fucking awesome. I love that. And then there's also been like the contrast of when she started. She was like, "I'm a fighter. I stay," and then she like fucking like I resign. You know, like she quits like 45 days later. But like, I also don't blame her. I wouldn't want to be like a world leader type of person. Like, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to fucking yeah, Prime Minister of the UK. That's a pretty big fucking hefty job. Churchill had that job at the height of World War II. Man, it's like that's a stressful ass time to have it. I can
yeah.
only imagine what it's like being regular. You know what I mean? And like, it's insane to me. It's like it's the same thing as like I can't be president because I'm not a natural born citizen, but like I would never want to be president anyway because like that shit ages you, man. Just look at like fucking Obama, dude. Like the way he went through office, dude, and like even
Yeah,
George W. Bush, like got aged with it, man. It's like it's a stressful ass job running a whole ass country, dude.
yeah. Like I just
God,
like
it's no wonder Boris looked like shit when he was in office.
well, granted, it was a combination of him being like a buffoon, but also going along with it because it clearly worked. Like it
It
literally,
did. It worked in his favor.
literally, people after like Liz Truss left, like there's been talks in the UK where the general public actually want Boris back. And I'm like, you fucking assholes. Like, you wanted him out, you wanted something different, and then you got something different. You're like, maybe give Boris another chance. Fuck it.
I don't like different. Let's go back.
It's fucking incredible. I honestly would have expected him to be like popping his head around the corner like, does somebody want me back?
He would, dude. He's just waiting. He's got nothing better to do, man. What the fuck is he doing except having a bad hair day?
He's
you know what I mean? Like
chilling in the Caribbean, probably getting sunburnt as hell, being an Englishman after all.
Yeah, for real. He's the palest of British boys.
Goes to the Caribbean once, gets fucking skin cancer with his white ass.
Gets leukemia after like 1 hour out in the sun.
I shouldn't joke about that, but that's like pretty fucking accurate to Boris. I mean, shit.
Yeah. But so that happened in the UK. What else has been going on in the world, man? What else has been going on?
There's apparently talks of getting cancer vaccines by 2030. Apparently, this husband and wife scientists were developing vaccines for specifically cancer. I don't know which type. I assume they're in the process of coming up with several vaccines for several different cancers, but it looks promising.
That's really dope because it's like, so vaccines work this way, right? It's like it's a form of the disease that's dormant, right? It's not. I guess that's the right word. It's not active.
Yeah.
So it can't do anything. It's just kind of like it's the genetic makeup of it. So how do you do that with cancer? Because cancer is a disease that's so complex because it mutates cells in a way that's like very hard to track the DNA because it's literally shifting it. But that's what a tumor is, you know.
Yeah.
But so that's fascinating how that works.
Well, I think like a way to possibly do that, because if you deconstruct most cancer, like cancer is basically cells that continue to grow and replicate, but simply just don't die after previously like replicating and whatnot. That's why in your body you have like cells, multiply, but then also a lot of cells at the same time die. So it's a constant like state of like cellular regeneration and then death that keeps the perfect balance in your body. Cancer is just cells that just simply refuse to die after multiplying.
Jesus, man. That's metal as fuck.
Exactly. So
they refuse to die, dude.
It's like a Wolverine's healing factor, except if that shit didn't stop at a certain limit, it just kept going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I think this is my interpretation of it. If you were to create a vaccine that would prevent such a thing from happening, it would possibly stop the cells from getting that weird mutation that allows them to actually keep growing.
Because to be able to recognize it, right? Again, that's the point of like vaccines, is for the body to recognize it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Like if it recognizes, oh, this is bad, I shouldn't do that, then it won't do that. So.
That's interesting, man. I'm excited to see that. That's fucking rad. Vaccines may help with every disease. You know what I mean? Like.
And I could have sworn I saw something in like Spain or something. They were like on the process of like completely curing like HIV. Like.
Wow.
Yeah.
Righteous, dude.
We're on a fucking roll, man. Shit. Like.
We're getting rid of cancer and HIV this decade, dude. Let's fucking go, dude.
I know, man. I know. Like, it's gonna be amazing, but
those were the two worst. Those were always referenced as the two worst diseases to have.
Yeah.
It's like automatic death sentence. So it's like just the fact that we've progressed so far to be able to do this shit. I'm hoping it works out. I'm hoping humanity keeps on the upward trend, and we don't kill ourselves by 2050. You know what I mean? Like,
I gotta love how like we as humans like can be like, oh man, we're like this like a pubic hair away from like curing HIV and preventing cancer like indefinitely, and then at the same time like measles and polio, they're coming back, baby.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. It's because people aren't fucking getting vaxxed, bro. It's like that's why measles and polio are making a comeback, dude.
Yeah, that is why I respect the shit out of like Neil Young for saying like, hey, pull my music off fucking Spotify if these people won't take a goddamn vaccine.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, yeah. Literally, he was like doing that as a form of protest, basically, for the people who like don't take
Wow.
fucking vaccines.
Okay.
Yeah.
I respect the fuck out of that. That's cool. I don't think we should shun or cut anti-vaxxers out of our lives, though. I will say, because like you don't know how long they have to live. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Oh, and the reason why it was personally Spotify, for the audience to know, is because Spotify made a deal with Joe Rogan to have his podcast
oh,
on
who
their service,
spreads
and because he spreads
anti-vax facts?
exactly, he spreads misinformation about vaccination. So Neil Young is like, well, fuck this guy and fuck you, Spotify.
Wow, I didn't realize. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I don't think much about Joe Rogan or like Jordan Peterson or any of those types because like they've all just kind of been grouped into like that one category of like influencing incel redditors and shit. Like it's I mean like they're not always like that. I'm sure. I'm certain
Yeah.
at least Joe Rogan isn't always like that. He's got some fine thoughts that aren't so bad shit.
Like Jordan
But I think he also has to
Peterson,
just watch what he fucking says. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, he should do that, and like Jordan Peterson like should stay in his lane specifically. Like he's good at like self help, weirdly enough, because his room's a fucking mess. Uh
his diet's also bad too. I think he's still doing the all meat diet.
Jesus, his shit must be
Like
like
it's his poops are so like they're sharp. They're like razor sharp. You know, like he just fucking it cuts him every time, dude.
God,
That's
that's
insane. That's a bad diet. Like at least I mean I don't eat a lot of vegetables, but I get some vegetables in because I don't like having that sharp of a shit. You know, like just a nice
yeah.
little. It's a nice little mix between. I'm not going to describe the consistency of my turds, but I think that's like a little too much for you two.
Well, if it's any consolation, like I had like stomach problems for like that happened since like yesterday. So it was like bouts of indigestion yesterday, and now it's like I had like the runs earlier, so now I'm like kind of back to normal. So I'm like, fuck, man, like my body just really decided to say fuck you
Took
today.
a dive, man. Just like you should eat better, dude. What are you eating?
I'm trying to eat better, bruh. Like I'm trying to like limit the amount of like milk I possibly ingest and shit. Like lower my salt intake, increase my potassium intake. Eat salads, man. Like I'm doing all the work, man, but it sucks.
You got this, man. I believe in you. It's hard.
Yeah,
It's hard.
it's fucking hard, man.
I had I had a great lunch today. I will say, dude. Like I had a they supplied lunch at work again because we did like a training. So
Nice.
like I had a togo sandwich. Oh, I'd never had this before. It had turkey, avocado, lettuce. I took the tomato off because I don't fuck with that. But it was on the Parmesan bread they have, dude. And like at Togo's, I don't know if I mentioned that already. And then I had a Caesar salad on the side, dude. Oh, with croutons, bro. Oh, it was a good lunch, dude. It was a great lunch. I was munching on it, dude, and I was like, oh, this would be sweet. This is sweet. This is sweet. Um, uh, it was great, man. I'm reminiscing on lunch on the podcast. That's that's like the dream, dude. Is like I'm telling people about my lunch. What were we talking about? We're
Yeah,
talking
we
about
were
diets. We talked
yeah talking
about.
about weird diets. Fucking. Oh, what's another thing
You can
going
tell
on?
this is like the moment of the podcast where the edible kicked in. This is what you can tell. This is like what it
Get
would
the
be.
get the YouTube red circle around his eyes. Like as you can see right here by the look in his eye, the edible just kicked in.
By the glassiness of his eye.
Oh god. Oh god. What's another thing going on in the news? Fucking Kanye getting dropped by everyone. It's fucking insane.
Oh yeah, wait. We've been talking about Kanye the past like 3 episodes. What's been going on with him now, dude? What's the update? It's like an update every week, dude.
I know he's been getting like dropped by like brands and shit that he's been like
Hmm.
sponsoring and whatnot, and then like his fucking casting agent also dropped him. Like,
Really?
yeah,
Wait, casting agent? Like for casting in movies and shows and shit?
I guess, and for like events probably. I don't know the full extent of what
Oh,
a casting
maybe,
agent.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, they're fucking like hey Kanye, we're done with your anti-Semitic shit. Like we're dropping you, boy.
Yeah, it's like it was funny at first, my guy, but now it's just problematic. Well, it was and I'm saying that like as a joke.
Yeah.
Um, it's
Like
been problematic, but it's also kind of been. I will admit, it's kind of been funny because like it's funny that it's Kanye. You know what I mean? Like, but I
it was
shouldn't also laugh. It's probably him having. I talked about this. It's him having a manic episode. I shouldn't be laughing.
Like it was probably
But
funny
anyway,
for like maybe like 12 seconds when the news broke until like you realize like the amount of serious shit that he's been saying like with his full ass chest, and you're
and
just
like
like,
the just the trouble the waters he's been treading, dude. You know, it's like just
yeah,
it's a little much, man. It scares me. It scares me, man. And especially because like he's got a big audience, and so people take influence to that shit. So it's like, man, I mean, like an artist can have their thoughts and shit, but like you really just gotta think about what you say. If you're an artist and you're spreading hate, what kind of fucking artist are you? You know what I mean? Like just I've never met a single musician who isn't like the nicest goddamn person in the world, dude. Like
yeah.
I've had so many nice I've met so many local bands. They've all been super nice, super sweet. They're all very friendly. They're all very welcoming. I mean, they'll call people out on like stupid shit if they're doing it, but like they're not like a dick usually in general. So it's like an artist being a dick surprises me. You know what I mean? It's like why do you have to do that?
Like fucking Billy Joel Armstrong of Green Day, like the dude is like such a kind dude. Like props people up like when they deserve it and whatnot. Just a good fucking dude. He was so sick and tired of the shit going on in the United States. He fucked off to England because he's got dual citizenship.
That's awesome. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So now,
Good for
now
him, man.
he's got the full brunt of the fucking parliament and shit. So he's just like, yeah, still beats the states. I mean, shit.
Yeah, I mean the drama over in the UK is nothing compared to the States. Well, we talked about this, I think, last episode. We're doomed. But
Yeah.
that's chaotic. Speaking of musicians, my musician buddies, Straight Jacket, left. They left for Vancouver. They're there now. They're starting to record their shit, dude. Record their whole ass new premiere studio album, dude. Their first studio album. Um, I don't know when they're gonna produce it or when they're gonna release it, but like they're recording it, so that's cool. That's
Yeah, that
dope,
is
man. That's
cool.
exciting.
Do we have a name yet for the album or no? Or do we have a expected date of like?
I think it's like called "Living a Lie." I think it's gonna be the album title. I think I don't know. I think that's dope. That would be a dope title. I think I've had a couple talks with Jack about what the title is gonna be. I just can't remember any of the talks. I don't think there's anything set in stone.
Hmm.
But it looks exciting. They look like they're having fun. I mean, they're out in Vancouver. I've never been to Vancouver, Canada. The last time I was in Washington, my uncle was suggesting we go up there, and like that would have been cool. But like I don't think I could have squeezed that into the last trip. We probably could have. I think we had like an extra day. Well, no, I think like Vancouver, because if you're gonna drive there from Washington, especially from like Tacoma, um, it's probably like you want to take like a 2 day thing. 'Cause it's like a 4 hour drive up and then a 4 hour drive back. It'd be like 8 hours total, and then you probably spend 8 hours there. What are you gonna get done in Vancouver in 8 hours? You know what I mean?
You go to Tim Hortons and spend like a few hours there.
Yeah, that's right. You just go to Vancouver to visit a Tim Hortons. That's all you do.
Exactly. You get your
Um,
coffee, your pastry. You talk to like the cashier for a little bit, and then you go home. Then you get your whole
oh
Canadian
yeah, it's cold out
experience.
there. Eh? You know, you just that's what you start doing as an American. Because we stereotype here.
Well, it's not as cold as Winnipeg, I'll tell you what.
Don't you know? Um, it's
Fucking
just put on
terrible. I'm
impressive
sorry.
accent and like do some bullshit. Um, no, Canada would be fun. My next trip I want to do is Ireland. I don't know if I've talked about this on the cast, but next year I want to go to Ireland, check that out for the first time. That'll be sweet because I've been to
Yeah.
like we went to England, you and I and the fam, like 2008. Was that 08 or like 11? I think that was 08.
I think that was '08 or '05, somewhere around then. Like,
No, I think it was like I think 05 was Sweden. I think 08
that's what it
was
was.
England.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I want to go to Ireland. That'd be cool. Other countries. I want to go to Italy at some point. That'd be fucking
Oh.
sweet. I think like Italy though should be saved as like a romantic thing. I should like take a girl or a dude or something, and like that'd be sweet.
Well, no, you go to like two specific parts of Italy if you're doing like like a major trip. You go to Naples for the beauty, and then you go to Rome for the Colosseum.
Oh yeah, you got to check out all the old ancient, architecture, man. Seriously.
Exactly.
Um, that'd be sweet. Where else in Europe would I want to go?
Oh,
I'm
two things
not
you get.
fucking with France.
What's that?
I'm not fucking with France, honestly. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not fucking with France. I like how we both talked over each other, and then we paused to let the other one go. But then, like, we couldn't really decide who wanted to go. That was a great little break.
That was like the pussiest game of chicken I've ever played in my life.
I love that. But I wouldn't want to go. I don't fuck with France. It's not the people. It's not like it's not an interesting, country. It's not. If I'm doing the math here, right? Like, I'm gonna take, now that I'm at a comfortable spot in my life where I'm like living independently, I'm saving enough money each year where I can take a trip if I wanted to, and I'm going somewhere new each year. It's like, I don't that only means I'll probably get like another 40 places to go to, because by 65 I'll probably be too tired to fucking travel anywhere. And France just isn't one of the ones that's at the top of my list there. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not, again, it's nothing against the culture, the people, or the cities or anything like that. It's not top priority. It's not a statement of value or anything. If I had the opportunity, if I could travel twice in a year, probably throw it on the list. Not gonna lie, but like right now, it's not the priority.
See,
I want to check out some stateside stuff too.
the way I see it is you don't go to France unless you know how to speak a decent amount of French. Otherwise, you're not really going to get anywhere or get any like kind of help from the people there.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing too. Is like, I
Yeah.
want to visit all these foreign countries as well, like these non-English speaking countries. I'm gonna say, not.
Yeah.
I mean, they're foreign to me, of course, because I'm American and I've grown up here. But like, anyway, so I want to visit those countries, but like, I don't speak the main language, so I'd have to spend some time learning the language, which wouldn't be an issue. I just would want to learn enough to communicate, and I'd be worried. I'd get scared about the times when I wouldn't be able to communicate, right? So, like, imagine, like, because I want to go to, like, fucking, I want to check out Japan at some point. I'm not gonna be like some like Logan Paul type and like make a mess there, but like, um, make a mess of like things in a really weird way. But like, I just want to go visit to like check it out and check out the scenery too. I'm sure it's like, and like, there's a lot of ancient history there that's like fascinating. There's a whole different set of like rules and ethics and stuff that I'm interested in. I'm interested in knowing about that. I just worry like I would only know enough Japanese to like ask about like directions, the bathroom, and like where to eat. But like, I don't. I get worried if I'm like questioned even further, because I'd feel then like, like some people in this country who like aren't speaking English, how they would feel, right? Like,
Yeah.
I've noticed when like people who, they're speaking a little bit of Spanglish, right? They've got some English and some Spanish, and they don't really totally speak English. It's very hard because you're just trying to communicate, and that's what I worry about. Like, I don't want to be lost in translation out in some fucking country.
Yeah, no, that's I totally get that, but I think like the two countries we named earlier that is like probably your safest bet is definitely Italy and Ireland, because Italy, I think, and people in the comments can correct me on this. I think they do love Americans because they love American tourists. They live off that shit.
Absolutely. I'm sure there's certain businesses in Italy that exclusively make their money off of summer tourism, or I think that I'm sure people go in the spring for Italy too, when it's nice and sunny out. But like, yeah, they must for sure. And there's countries that like teach that shit simultaneously. I think that's what this country needs to do too. Is like, we need to teach English and then also like a foreign language, at least one. And I think it should be tailored to like the most common non-English language used in the U.S. maybe, or like within the certain region, right? So I'd imagine like here in California, I'd probably say one of the top languages is definitely Spanish, or it's like probably Mandarin, or I'd say Punjabi, right? So like, I
Yeah.
think those are very common languages spoken, especially within the Bay Area too. At least that's just from what observation I can make. I'm sure stats will show me either something similar or different, maybe. But yeah, I think that's what they need to do, because I know like in other countries, like, in certain Scandinavian countries, they'll teach both whatever that the select languages, Danish, Swedish, whatever, alongside English, a little bit of that, so that people like also are fluent enough in that. But So I think that's what America should do, but I also know like it's very much ingrained in like anti-immigrants sentiment. I'm sure is the leading issue why we don't, or the leading reason we don't do that. But I feel like now every episode is just going to be us complaining about America. I feel
Yeah,
like that comes up, but like also I think it's fair that we can do that. You know what I mean?
I think it's
Because this
because
place sucks.
everything kind of just circles back to like the inner problems in like America, just in general. Real quick, side note: the other country that'd probably be fine with like Americans is Ireland. Uh, but two things you never do when you're in fucking Ireland. Okay, never order an Irish car bomb ever. They will take offense to that.
That's offensive. Yeah, that's like I mean like
Yeah,
the Irish don't usually take much offense, but like that's kind of like that's like opening a wound, my guy. Come on, like
yeah,
that's opening a wound that's not even sutured yet. You know what I mean? Like it's still kind of like still resonates. You know, there's some
exactly.
after effects of all that shit. But anyway.
And don't do typical American shit while you're over there too. Like just be as nice as you can and just say to them, "Hey, I'm American, so I apologize in advance."
Oh, and also, I mean, like, it's just an Irish thing. If they offer to buy you a drink, you cannot say no. It's a guaranteed. It's like, let me get you a drink. 2 seconds later, you're gonna have a drink. Like, you know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, it's like, there's no arguing that.
yeah.
I remember I was out with, it was Jack was playing a show, and Cameron's very Irish mother was offering to buy him a pint or a drink of some sort, right? I think she eventually got him a Jack and Coke. But Fabian was like, "No, I'm good." And she's like, "Well, what do you want to drink?" She was like, she wouldn't, fucking drop it. But that's just how the Irish are, dude. Like, you just can't say no, and like, I love it. It's like awesome because then when you go out drinking with Irish people, you just always get free drinks. Like
Yeah.
it's awesome. Um, but yeah, so no, that's I think definitely something they should teach in America. Circling back to the whole foreign language thing, we should definitely be teaching kids more than one language because it's like I don't know, it's a sign of like it's like imagine if they need to go to another country or they need to communicate with someone who maybe doesn't speak the language, right? They have that little um tool in their belt. You know what I mean? Like they can
Yeah.
pull out they can have that repertoire. It's like and I think and research has shown that like it's between the ages it's like up to the age of 7 is like the prime time to learn a language because that's when you soak it up the most. And then after that it's like it goes further and further downhill and gets more difficult to learn in older age. But
Yeah.
so no, I definitely think we should teach that shit in grade school. But
Well, no, it's 100% right, and like here's how you do it. Okay, you teach them in grade school like languages and shit, so that way like they're more open to the world and the possibility of like traveling to these other places and like speaking,
hmm
these kinds of languages. Then by the time they get to like late middle school, start of high school, where they're like a little more developed and a little bit more aware of their world, teach them critical race theory, completely demolish that fucking American exceptionalism we fucking have in this country. It's like we are not the greatest country. We have done terrible things, not us personally, but collectively as a country have done terrible things, and
historic.
you should know about that and feel bad about that. Try and be better.
And it's not just to feel bad about it. It's like it's to learn from it and to also understand the systems that are in place that are because of that, the systemic racism and again anti immigration mindset. It's like it's been for centuries since colonizers came over here. They've had like sentiment against people for like coming over and doing things and stuff like that. It's like first it was the Irish, then it was the Chinese, and then it was like European settlers. I think early on too. It's like they were getting people were getting pissy at them and stuff. It's a whole thing, man. It's like people are very much like it's been since the inception. It's like people want just America for themselves and America to remain whatever their idea of America is. Um, But no, I think it's like it should be just that amalgamation. And then also that respect and understanding of like other people's backgrounds and the way they carry themselves. It's like people have these like rights of freedom of religion and freedom of expression, because they should be free to express whoever they are, like whether it be like someone who's like Catholic or Jewish or Muslim or whatever the fuck, right? Or like they're straight or they're gay or they're bi or whatever the fuck it is, right? So it's
Yeah.
like I think like that's been lost because people like get stuck in their own like worldviews and their ideas and stuff, and it's a whole thing, man. But now I feel like I'm just rambling about America again, and you know what? I am down to have this podcast just be complaints about America. I'm okay with that because
Yeah,
like
same
it
honestly.
fucking
Like that's
sucks here.
until shit gets better, like this is just what it's gonna be, honestly. Like,
Yeah, stuff is just ass, dude. It's like get
yeah.
America, get your shit together, man. Like shit should not be this expensive. Um, shit should not be this way, man. People like practice what you preach. If you're such like a Christian country, man, and like love thy neighbor, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Anyway, um,
Yeah. I can't believe
yeah.
I got a fucking ad for like Joel Osteen. Like, oh, you want some like advice and like, guidance?
You
Contact
get
Joel
an ads for
Osteen.
that? That's
I,
awesome.
I know, and I think it was either through
What
Facebook
are
or
you searching up,
Instagram.
man? What does your Facebook or your Instagram make you like? What do you scroll on there for it to think like you'd be interested in Joel Osteen, dude?
I don't fucking know because I'm a horny degenerate, if anything. So like it should be suggesting literally the exact opposite of that. Like,
I love the way you said that. It's like I'm a horny degenerate.
yeah.
Like that's facts. I don't disagree with you. Um, I am the same way, but yeah. So that should not be what you're advertised because like he's like I mean maybe that should be because like he's preaching bullshit about God, but he's fake as fuck. So it's like
Yeah.
but I mean you're also real as fuck for one, just like to be horny. You know what I mean? Like horny on main,
Exactly.
as it
Like,
were.
that fucking meme where it's like some girl's like advertising her OnlyFans, and then some guy just like says in like, "Silence, wench. I do not wish to be horny anymore. I only
Oh
wish to
yeah,
be
that's right.
happy."
That's you.
That fucking touched me on a spiritual level, man. Like, fuck. Fuck.
um, there was something actually that like really touched me this week. I was watching an old interview of Jeff Goldblum. He was on I think it was Stephen Colbert or one of those late night talk shows, and he said some shit that like really really stuck with me. And it was and I only got a part of the excerpt, but it was an excerpt from this guy named George Bernard Shaw. And so it goes, the part I saved, the part that stuck with me, and I want to talk about this, is that
Yeah.
it says, quote, I'm of the opinion that my life belongs to the community, and where I live, it is my privilege to do for it whatever I can. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die, for the harder I work, the more I live. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is no brief candle to me. It's a sort of splendid torch that I've got hold of for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to future generations.
Damn, bro.
That made me rethink, right? Because like I'm at a point in my life where I'm like it's a weird dichotomy. I feel it's like I'm kind of like fuck it, like I'm living it up while I can, to the best of my ability, to the best of the way I know how. Um, But if it goes, I'm not gonna be tripping soon. But like also like I figure I should have a responsibility, and that quote especially reminds me is like I should have a responsibility to live for other people. You know what I mean? Because it's like there's other people who want me around for as long as I can be. So it's like I don't know. It very much stuck with me that way. That was like that's what it helped me shift a little bit my thinking towards that more positive of like I should take better care of myself. So like I'm here longer for people. I shouldn't like not care about life. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, no, that's true because a key element in like society is that knowing that you are a major integral part into like certain societal circles, whether that be like personal work or like whatever. So it's definitely like a reaffirmation of like your purpose and like how many others people's lives you touch by living and doing what you do. So it's just kind of a reminder to be like just as good as you possibly can to like leave a major impact.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
like that, and that's I like the point you make with that. That highlights something that's interesting. 'Cause it's like, we really are social creatures. We really do need each other. We really do interact a lot, and and as you were saying, every person, to whatever part they are playing in society, is important to it, right? Is important to the structure of it and the way that it acts right now. So like, I mean, like, for instance, like, um, any person who's participating in the local economy by like going out and buying stuff, or like by working and producing, or like, for instance, myself, right? I'm in a very humanitarian field of work. I'm like, I get paid so I can afford to be out here, so I can then go to work and like help people, and then also like spend in the economy and stuff. I'm a player in the society, and I, even just myself as a as what could be perceived as a cog in the machine, is still an important component of the entire machine itself, and that's like, I like that perspective, because that can make everyone feel valued within that context. But I think it's also like, I think one of the interpretations I took away from it is like, we're life is not just some short dismal thing that should be so we should be so concerned with. We should be working towards using it as a tool, so that we can then better the overall society, so that future generations can better learn from us and stuff, and like learn from our mistakes, or from our discoveries or whatever. And like, I think that's very valuable. I think that's what humans have been trying to do before, probably their entire inception, is they just want to make things better so that their kids can have like a, or that the next people that take over can work from a good system, and keep things going and keep the lights on and stuff. I think it's very cool. Yeah, definitely, it stuck with me. It was posted on Jeff Goldblum's like 70th birthday apparently this week. He turned
Man.
70, which I didn't even think. I thought he was older than that. It's just funny, I thought he was much older, but no, he's still very young. That's good.
I mean, to give you perspective, like Martha Stewart, she's 81 years old.
Oh yeah, I mean, and she's still bad as fuck too.
Yeah,
It's
she
like,
batty. But no,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fucking mind-boggling. Like you see these like people out here just being like, like, wait, how old are they? They can't be like older than 50. You're like 70, 80. Like what? Oh my god.
I really thought like Jeff Goldblum was much older than that. I was like, oh, I don't know why I thought that, but I mean, maybe it's just that Jurassic Park was like damn near 30 years ago, so it's like, oh, he was like 40 when he played that then? Like, what the fuck?
Dude, like he
Um,
seems like way younger to me. Like he's 70. Like that blows my mind. Like I looked at him like, recently and I thought this dude can't be like older than like 52. Like 70 years old. He's living his best fucking life, man. Like shit.
he is, dude. He's just making music, he's acting, he's vibing, dude. He's being just nothing but good vibes. It's like that smile and that laugh of his, dude, it brightens up my day, dude. He's magical, dude. I
Like
hope if he ends up watching this, Jeff Goldblum, I love you.
yeah.
You're phenomenal, and I would give you the biggest hug if I met you in real life, dude. You're like, he's one of like, he's such a positive vibe, dude. I love
Yeah.
it.
He's like a he's like a Middle Eastern like Jeff Bridges. He's just got like good vibes all around.
He is.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good comparison, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old is Jeff Bridges, speaking of? I'm curious. He's a person I'd assume is like 80, but like, I'm pretty sure it's got to be younger than
I
that.
think he's like 76 years old, but I could be wrong.
Let's see. Jeff Bridges.
Like I had a train of thought, fuck, and I lost it. Damn it. Oh wait. Fuck it. You
Yeah,
know Jeff
the man's is 60. Trying to do the math here. No, he's 73.
what Jeff Bridges is 73 years old.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges is 73 years old. Okay, that's like, yeah, that's a little younger than I expected. That's good. Nice. Good for Jeff. He looks
Yeah.
good.
He looks really fucking good, honestly.
I don't know
No,
if I wonder how if he feels good, but I mean, he looks good.
I mean the dude like got a cancer scare. He
Oh,
made
that's
it,
right. Yeah, he's vibing.
and then he also got COVID too, and then he survived that.
Nice. Okay, so he's chilling.
Yeah.
He's on a high streak here, man.
he's just He's just playing guitar, walking out in nature. He's just having a good, grand old time, just being himself.
Just fucking vibing, dude. Dude, nothing but chilling, dude. Just straight abiding, dude. He's just being the dude, man.
But Jeff Goldblum's a good actor when like in Law and Order, Criminal Intent, when like the main detective played by Vincent D'Onofrio, like he's done the show for like a few seasons, leaves the show, and then it's like, well, who do we get to replace him? Jeff Goldblum, and he still holds up to that kind of high standard.
Yeah, dude. I love Vincent D'Onofrio. He's a great actor. I loved him as Kingpin, dude. He's like, well, I love it. I love him in everything he does. And I know which Law and Order you're talking about. He's also good in that, or was. Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio is another great actor. He's also just so genuine too. He's so nice and he so much cares about the craft and stuff. He's just an actor for actor's sake. You know what I mean? Like, but he also happens to be really good at it and is like really rich probably and shit and like doing well for himself. But yeah,
Exactly.
no, hella good vibes from him too. We love nothing but unproblematic vibes from actors these days. That's all we just like. That's just all we hope for. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
considering all the other shit that's been going on. But yeah, no, good for him.
Yeah. Honestly.
This was something I didn't talk about like the last episode or in recent. I don't know how recent it is, but are you familiar with the artist Rex Orange County?
Uh, no, I'm not actually. Is he some like indie fuck?
He's in yeah. Well, speaking of yeah, so he's an indie artist, and speaking of fuck, he was just recently like there was a bunch of women who pressed six charges of sexual assault on him.
Jesus Christ, man! Like,
It's like, and
why?
he makes good ass bops too. It sucks. He makes like really good music, and he's another problematic fucking artist. And well, I mean, it's I'm sure if it's six women saying it, I'm sure it happened. It's like all right, they probably all have the same story. It's like that's just how it goes. And but I really hoping it wouldn't be. I know we should also like not assume until proven guilty, but like yeah, innocent until proven guilty. That's the saying. Yeah, I was trying to like I know it wasn't assume, um, but like also that is concerning. It's probably true. I haven't read much into it else, but like that just sucks, man.
Look, the way I
This
see it is that like if it's six women who never met each other, don't know each other, period, telling similar stories of this kind of
hmm
behavior from the same individual, it stands to reason that it is 100% true that happened. Like,
Oh, absolutely. It's like
yeah,
it's not just one, but it's several, and it's like they're not just like looking for their 50 minutes of fame. Why the fuck would they want to be remembered as that? As like not only as the person who had been, assaulted by him, or worse, the one who had lied about it. You know what I mean? So it's like it's probably happened, but I mean, I haven't read past just the beginning that he was charged with it. I don't know if there's been anything. I mean, I'm sure the trial is going to take a long time because that's just how the fucking legal system works in this country. It takes forever for shit to get done. But yeah. So I mean, that sucks. And he was a good artist. He's a good artist, man. He had some good bops. I liked his shit. It was definitely like some indie.
sorry about that. I probably made you do that.
um, you might have. You yawned before me, you son of a bitch. This podcast isn't boring. Um, yeah, he's like indie, kind of like indie rock, I'd say. That's what I call it.
Yeah, it is a shame, honestly, because well, it's like the same thing with XX Tentacon. I think I said his name right. Like, fuck,
XX Tentacion, I think. I don't
yeah,
fucking
no, dude was known
know
for
or
like
care. He's
giving his greatest hits to his pregnant girlfriend at the time. So
just like John Lennon. Good for him, dude. Um,
and then people just kind of like burst out in the rug. It's like, but he makes good music though,
but he's a good artist. So like
and he
he's
died
fucking.
young. You should feel bad. I'm like, well, fuck no, I don't. I really
But he
don't.
was a serial abuser. I don't feel bad if he dies young. He's like that's fucking dude. Like yeah, no that. You know what? I mean like. I don't even know if I don't even I haven't listened to his music, so I don't even know if any of it's good. I just know it also got memed to death, so it's like
Yeah.
that kind of put me off onto it. Um, but yeah, no, it's like if the art like Well, it's hard to. It's always hard to separate the artist. I mean, like even Charles Manson made some music that was actually low key a bop. What he did was not cool, but like his music was.
He
His
inherently
music
caused
was
the death
good,
of 7 people. Yeah, like what he did was terrible. Like,
but he had a great track. I'll tell you, he had a great feature on the track. I'll tell you what.
and I'll tell you what,
Um,
if he worked hard at it and had a better friendship with the Beach Boys, he could have made it as an artist. Really, he could have.
even I yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
but and that's also the same thing with like separating Michael Jackson, right? Because like we're pretty sure he fucking did something. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
they made a whole ass documentary. Oh, and then don't even get me started on R. Kelly. Um,
Oh my
I can't
god.
even. I can't even. I can't even not put on. I believe I can fly. It's like I can't even listen to that anymore, dude. It's like it's. But I mean, also he groomed some fucking kids, so like fuck him,
Yeah.
dude. You know, like I'm not. I shouldn't be listening to his music.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. It sucks because I did like listening to Rex Orange County. But now he's a fucking now he rapes people. That sucks.
Yeah.
Or now we know he well, now he's been charged with it. We'll see if it goes through. But yeah, man. It's fucked up.
Speaking of good artists that have no controversy whatsoever and are a fucking bop, I went to see Starcrawler earlier this week, and that was fucking rad.
That's right. You went to go
Yeah.
check them out, dude. That's sweet. How was it,
Yeah.
dude?
Oh, dude, you know it's a good concert when you can't fucking hear shit halfway through because the fucking speakers are so loud.
Dude, wear some earplugs. I always wear earplugs at shows.
Well, I'm a
I want to protect my
functional.
hearing.
I get that, but I'm a functional idiot, so I apologize in advance for my tinnitus.
A little hum of the drum. Um, that's sweet, man. That's Starcrawler. And they were playing in slow, like it's slow rock.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
That's fucking cool, man. That's a sweet. That must have been a fun venue, dude. I went to go see this like Japanese like progressive metal artist.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Haru Nemuri. I hope I pronounced that correctly. She was fucking sick. My friends had just invited me on a whim. My friends Caleb and Izzy, and so like I'd never listened to her music, and I was like, well, the way they described it, I was like, I'm down. This is interesting, and she puts on a good show, dude. And it was a fun venue. It's this place called Bottom of the Hill,
Oh, you froze for a second, my man.
which is sweet.
You froze for a
Jackson
second
Nate
there.
plays.
You froze for a second there, and it didn't catch
We good
the.
now?
Oh yeah, yeah, we're good now. You froze for a second earlier, so it didn't
Oh,
catch
okay,
all the audio.
gotcha. I'm just okay.
Started from the top.
I
Where'd
so
where'd you
she's
go see her?
oh yeah, so I went to go see her at Bottom of the Hill, which is a place that my buddy played at once. My buddy's played at once before, and then what else, man? Yeah, it was sweet. She did like some Japanese pop punk, and like there was like this techno rock, like kind of like electronic, and then like there was like metal and like some fucking rap and roll, dude, but like Japanese rap and roll, and she was just spitting bars and like dancing around and having. She did even like she did some fucking crowd surfing at the end, dude. It was crazy.
Oh my
She ran
god.
through the crowd while singing, climbed onto an opposite side table of the stage, and was dancing there for a minute, jumped the fuck down, and ran back to the stage. It was like crazy, dude. She's like doing all this like insane stuff. We even got a picture with her, which was sweet. She was taking pics afterwards with fans and stuff. She was hella cool, man. Hella cool, hella genuine. I'm definitely gonna check out her shit, dude. Um, super cool, man. It was a super cool show. I was not expecting that.
Say the name
And
again for
then
the cast. You got to plug her, man.
it was Haru Nemuri. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's his first name is Haru, and then I think the last name is Nem. Let me double check. Yeah, Nemuri. Very cool.
Fucking sweet.
Yeah, she's
There was some
She's
similar
crazy.
shit at the Starcrawler concert. Like, I didn't genuinely believe it was them until, like, the lead singer and the guitarist got on stage. I'm like, holy fucking shit, it's them. And at some point near the end of the show, like, the lead singer jumps down and is like, just like, hanging out with the crowd as the band is playing. The fucking
Oh,
guitarist,
sweet.
Henry Cash, he just comes down from the stage, still playing the guitar, and is in the fucking mosh pit with the audience. And he's just like playing, like he's just like, getting down low, like he's Russian, just breakdancing.
That's fucking sick, dude. I love when artists do that. Like my buddy's last show, right? At Straight Jacket's last show, the crowd, it was a huge crowd of people. Part of the it was some of the other bands and then some other folk, I think. They all bum rushed the stage and were just moshing on the stage as they were all fucking playing.
Oh,
It
I
was
love it when
sweet,
shit
dude.
like that happens, man. Fuck.
Crazy, dude. It's so awesome. I love going to shows like that because like the crazy shit sometimes happens, dude. People go nuts at these shows, dude. And
Yeah.
she gave this other dude like the camera that one of her producers was using to film and stuff, and like he was running around doing shit, and like it was hella cool, man. It was a hella cool show. It was sweet, man. It's fucking yeah. I love going to see live music.
And then the last
There's
thing they
supposed to
did was
be.
like Starcrawler. They had like one of the audience members, this like heavy set dude, come on stage with his two friends, and he was just like playing the guitar because apparently he can play. He's just playing up
Oh,
there
sweet.
with the band, and they put a cowboy hat on him because one of them had a cowboy hat.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome, dude. See, I love
uh,
shows like that. That's righteous, dude.
yeah, it was
Rock
fucking
shows go
sick.
nuts, dude. Rock shows are insane.
And then
I'd
their
say,
opener was
yeah,
SadGirl, and they're pretty good. They're like they consider themselves indie rock, but they sound more like alternative country. But that's just me.
they're y'all alternative.
Yeah, alternative, exactly, exactly.
That's sweet, man.
But you were saying,
I
sorry.
missed the opener. I missed the opener. For the show. Well, so that was like the lame part of my day. It was like, well, the fun part was like we went to the Ren Fair. The Renaissance Fair was awesome. I love seeing people dress up in their costumes and wandering around, and all the shit you can do there is really cool. And like I bought some stuff. I bought like some hand knit like arm warmers, like it's like leg
Ooh,
warmers but for your arms. And like I got a Tibetan singing bowl, which is sweet.
what the? A Tibetan
Uh,
singing bowl.
yeah, 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 yeah. So it's like it's a little bowl. You have like a little stick that goes with it, and you just rub the stick on the outside of the bowl, and it makes a noise, and like it's crazy, dude.
Nice.
It like sings. It's for like meditation and shit. It's super cool. I figured it like added to the hippie vibe of my apartment. But
Yeah, I'm part of a band. It's like, what do you play? I play the Tibetan singing bowl.
I play the singing bowl, dude. Like, come on, like it's um uh. And then, but the lame part about it was we were leaving about closing time. We left about 5:30. The Ren Fair closed at 6. And getting out of the fucking lot, dude, was a nightmare. We were all the way in Hollister. Hollister is like, I think, like east or it's like, I think it's east of Gilroy. And so it's a little south, right? It's a bit south.
Yeah.
And I had to drive all the way up to the fucking city to go to the show, to San Francisco. For those who are listening, we NorCal people call San Francisco usually just the city. And so that's like an hour and a half drive over that to get, from Hollister to SF, and it took me an hour and 45 to get out the lot. I'm not even joking. I was parked in like the far back end, and it was a huge line to get out, and everyone like and the rows ahead of me was like trying to cut into the fucking line and get out, and like it was just like I literally got to a point where I was like I'd have to turn off my car, wait like 20 minutes, turn it on, move a couple inches, park, and turn it off again. And like that sort of shit persisted, and it sucked, dude. And it was so ass. And like that's one thing I hate about the Ren Fair is like leaving is the worst. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it was still fun. It was still worth it, and I still made it to the show. I just missed this opener. It was like this other kind of like electronic artist called Terabyte, which I definitely want to check out. It sucks that I missed her play, but anyway, it's been about an hour here. What do you say we should clock out?
I would say it's about time. This is the 9 to 5 boys clocking out.